from Minifigs4u Studios here. Welcome back to another episode of Building Kamino, episode 13. And guys, this week I am super excited to bring you this episode because it is a really special episode because Kamino has an official sponsor. So this is something that I've been working on for a few months now, trying to get a sponsor for this because it's super cool. I've had this idea for quite a while, and honestly, I'm super happy to actually announce that Kamino, the Battle of Kamino, my mock has finally got a sponsor, so I'm super excited to bring it to you. For the rest of the mock, the official sponsor of Building Kamino will be Minifigs4u. Now, for those of you who don't know, David or Brix Studios has a website named Minifigs4u where he does custom printed minifigures or custom printed clones. That's what he specializes in. Fantastic figures, fantastic clones, great figures in general, and he has generously sent me a bunch of awesome figures that I'll be using in the Battle of Kamino. I'm super excited to bring him and see it on the actual battle, as well as I'll be taking a look at these guys in just a moment so you guys see what figures he sent me. And again, huge thank you to David for doing this. It's such an awesome thing to have, actually have a sponsorship for this awesome mock. So again, huge thank you to him. Again, if you want to check out Minifigs4u, I highly recommend you do because he's got some awesome figures. I'll leave you a link to minifigs4u.com as well as any other social media links that you want to check out. Again, I highly recommend it. But this week's main focus was kind of just adding more water just because of the fact that sadly I didn't have enough time this week to actually build a another pillar, and I just didn't have that time, and I basically spent the rest of the week basically filling out more water. But again, water is more progress. I filled up another base plate, so I'm super excited to show you that. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what David generously sent me. On top of that, I've got a package opening from my buddy Blaine/Anthony. So with all that out, let's get on to today's episode of Building Kamino. Let's go. Okay guys, so starting off this week's episode of Building Kamino, kind of similar to what we did last week, but basically I've got a package here to open for you guys, and this is kind of a 2-in-1 package. For one, this is a package from our Empire Lug sponsor, Blaine's Wool Lego. He's a great guy, he's a great friend of mine, and he is a sponsor of Empire Lug, so I highly recommend you go check his Bricklink store out. I'll leave the link in the description, but it is kind of a 2-in-1 package because other than the parts I ordered from Blaine, I also got parts from my friend Anthony or Brick Productions, and they kind of just decided to package both in one, which definitely saved on the shipping cost. And I'm super excited to open this because of the fact that on top of the parts that I ordered from Blaine, I've got some more awesome parts from Anthony. So opening up the package, as you guys kind of saw, I already opened it. I pretty much opened it up and realized, oh snap, I gotta film this because I really want to give a shout out to both Anthony and Blaine. But here's Blaine World's Lego card, basically his Bricklink card and all his information and stuff. So I highly recommend you checking out his Bricklink store. He's got some awesome parts, awesome prices, and just overall is a great Bricklink store. I'll leave a link in the description. We do again have some miscellaneous parts because of the fact that this was a order, and this is kind of just parts that I've been needing to kind of replenish my supplies because I've been running low on these hinge pieces. So I bought multiple colors. I got tan, white. I also have some 1x2s in brown. This is any brown pieces or just like natural pieces, not particular colors for Kamino, is actually used for a different project I've been working on, including like these brown 1x2 curved pieces. So some of these parts aren't actually used for Kamino. This is just parts that I've been needing for a different project. I did get a lot of bricks from Blaine. I'm happy about that. I think this is like 60 something bricks. So definitely a useful part. I'm happy I was able to get that. Some more 1x6s in tan, as well as some tiles in brown. Again, a lot of miscellaneous parts for other projects. Got some more 1x6s and hinge pieces. Most of these parts, again, were kind of to replenish my stock. And then the rest, as you can see, is from Anthony, of course. And they, of course, are water studs. Yeah, 1 bag, 2 bag, 3 bag. Oh, and I forgot this little piece right here. This is kind of just a specialty piece that I ended up picking up, and some more tiles. So, setting these parts up. Let me pause the video and get those. Okay, so everything's kind of all laid out, and basically you can kind of see what I meant by 2-in-1. Basically, all these parts I ordered from Blaine's World Lego. Again, I highly recommend you checking him out. And other than that, this of course is packages from my friend Anthony. And again, huge thank you to Anthony for sending out more studs, because of the fact that these of course are needed. If I'm correct, these are 3 picket brick cups full of water studs. It's going to be extremely useful. I still have a ton of water studs left over from Jay's package, so I'm very happy that I've got some close friends that are able to help me out in this scenario, because of the fact that water studs of course are a credential part of Kamino. So huge thank you to them. Again, I'll leave a link to Blaine's World's Bricklink store in the description, as well as I'll leave a link to Anthony or Brick Productions YouTube channel in the description below. Other than that, let's get on to today's episode. And guys, these are the clones that David or Minifigs4u graciously sent me, and these clones look fantastic in my opinion. These are super cool clones. Moving Jesse out of the way real quick. These guys look fantastic. Now, if you don't know what these clones are based off of or why they're designed, basically they are special units for Kamino. They basically protect it, kind of like what shock troopers do, and basically they protect it from any battles or any uproars at Kamino, or even just taking prisoners or whatnot. So these guys are awesome to have, and having 6 of them look fantastic. I did make a kind of a little stand for these guys just because they look, I don't know, they look super cool on this little stand, kind of uniformed in line. But yeah, these guys look amazing. Again, huge thank you to David/Minifigs4u for sending these guys out to me. And I am super excited to use these guys on the Battle of Kamino. Now, I do want to quickly point out that, as you guys just saw a minute ago, he also sent me Jesse from the 501st. Now, I knew that he was sending these Kamino troops. Basically, he said he had a bunch of them on hand that he was going to send me. He did not tell me that he was sending Jesse. This was actually a really cool surprise and a really awesome surprise, because I was opening up the package, saw these awesome clones, and then I saw Jesse. I was like, holy, crap. This is an awesome minifigure that I've been wanting to get for a while, because Jesse is an awesome clone. He's one of my favorites in the 501st, and having him, it's just so fantastic in my opinion. He looks great. He's definitely based off of the Clone Wars style with the design of it, and the printing is amazing. Now, I do want to quickly point out that I am actually going to have a separate video, kind of just as a separate review, taking a more in-depth look at this. This part of the video is kind of just showcasing what he sent me, and then showcasing these guys on Kamino. So without all that said, again, huge thank you to David, and let's see these troops on Kamino. And guys, this is what Kamino is looking like, and honestly, I am very happy with what progress was made. Again, like I said in the beginning, I didn't really end up getting time to actually build another pillar. Originally, I was going to start working on that one right there, which goes next to those 3. So originally I was, but I just didn't have the time to actually do it. As you can see, I did finish and, well, basically start and finish that base plate. I actually stayed up really late last night finishing that off. I hope you all enjoyed the time lapse. Again, I really love doing time lapses of water. I know it isn't building a platform and building a gunship, but honestly, it still comes out looking great, and plus it's still a lot of progress because it's another base plate out of the 16 finished. So honestly, this is actually really looking nice with all the more water kind of just filling in and looking really nice. Again, I do want to quickly point out that don't worry, it's not going to look this flat at the end of it. I'm going to be going through adding more diversity through the water to kind of give it more waves, maybe even throw in a couple tiles basically to give it a kind of a more sleeker look. So don't worry, it's not going to look flat, but yeah, most of the focus again was kind of just filling in this area right here. I can move my little tub of studs right there, and that took a long time. Again, huge thank you to Anthony for sending out more studs to me. A huge help because that just filled out a ton more space, and I still have a lot more studs to go. I do think for the future time being, probably what I'm going to do is just kind of fill in the spaces of water that actually have pillars. So for instance, like these four, that area, and that area right there. Those probably are going to be filled with water before any of these empty spaces are, just because it's with nothing on it, it's a full base plate of water. And as nice as it looks, like for instance right here, it takes a lot more studs, and I'd rather fill in that area and then eventually get to the empty base plates. Other than that, again, I basically posed these amazing troops that David again sent. Again, huge thank you. I know I've said it multiple times throughout this video, but again, I really appreciate him sponsoring the build series, and I can't wait to see these guys in action on the in their final places. Now I do want to quickly point out, I actually forgot to mention this just a minute ago. Basically, as you guys see, these are phase 2 variants of the clones. They are phase 2 of the Kamino style clone troopers. Now I do want to quickly point out, as you guys know, that basically the army right there, I've been mainly focusing on phase 1, and that was going to be it was going to be a phase 1 clone trooper army, not going to be a phase 2. And, well, these guys are phase 2. And, they're different time periods. Now, I do want to quickly point out, I know I'm still going to use those troopers right there because of the fact that I've got a lot of them. I'm not going to go out and buy 100 more of the phase 2 variant clone troopers. I haven't fully decided on it. I'm going to use these guys. My idea for the time being is kind of just have them in their own little area. Basically, kind of maybe protecting Shaak Ti or protecting some sort of area, kind of exclusive and not having phase 1 near them. So that's like the main idea right now. The other idea would just be to kind of do what Matt's doing and basically buy all phase 2 helmets and just switch them out. I could technically do that. It's not going to be, I think I have roughly 100 clone troopers that I could just switch to phase 2 clones, which would be expensive in the overall view, but I haven't decided that yet. I'm going to talk to maybe David or even a few of my other friends, kind of ask them like, hey, what should I do? Should I keep the phase 1 army and just kind of have these guys in their own area, which is the main idea I have now, or do I just say, okay, well, I'm just gonna buy new helmets for the clones and do what Matt's doing and make them all phase 2, so it all matches well, and I can use these guys next to the phase 1s, because it is gonna look kind of weird, using phase 1s and phase 2 clone troopers next to each other. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna cause too much of a problem. I do want to get you guys' opinions on it. Should I keep the phase 1 clones and then just have these guys in their own area, or should I just switch it to phase 2 in general? I do really like this shot. Again, I kind of just quickly place some dead battle droids, place these guys in epic poses, and they just look fantastic in my opinion. Again, I'm so happy with these clone troopers and how they're looking on Kamino. I did add Jesse, kind of pointing a blaster to this Aqua droid. Don't know if I'm gonna officially use this guy. I'm not sure because he technically wasn't in the Battle of Kamino, so technically I can just say I don't want to use him, but I really would like to because Jesse, again, is one of my favorite clone troopers, so I'd like to use him, but I haven't decided yet. Other than that, that's what Kamino is looking like. Again, I wish I would have got time to build the next pillar, but I just didn't end up having enough, and hopefully next week I'll have that pillar built, as well as next week my goal is to make sure that I buy all the parts, or the rest of the parts, for the second gunship. If I'm correct, I have over half of the parts, and next week I'm just going to order the rest so I can actually build the next one. So stay tuned for either a live stream or an awesome time lapse. So with that all out, let's get on to the final thoughts of the video. Okay guys, so that was this week's episode of Building Kamino. Again, a huge thank you again to David for graciously sending these awesome clones to me. Again, I'm going to be showcasing them all throughout the mock, and I can't wait to see the final look of what these guys are looking like on the actual Battle of Kamino. So again, I do want to quickly give you that question again, kind of pull it up. Main army is phase 1 currently, and these guys are phase 2. Like you said, the idea I have currently is kind of just have these guys in their own little area, basically, attacking droids, kind of destroying them, and having the phase 1s be, just kind of spared out because that's going to be the main army. Or I could just end up doing what Matt or the Brix is doing and basically buy a bunch of phase 2 helmets and just use those guys instead. So I really want to know what you guys think of that. Let me know in the comment section below. That will kind of decide whether or not I switch to phase 2 or not. And if I do, I'm kind of okay with that. I do prefer phase 1 because it's my favorite variant, but I'm not against ending up changing it so these guys will fit in just a bit more. So again, huge thank you to David. I'll leave a link to all his social medias in the description below. Again, I really hope you all enjoyed the awesome activity that was made this week. And yeah, again, my goal for next week is to build that next pillar. I keep saying third pillar, but next pillar, as well as maybe some more water, most likely some more water. And hopefully all the parts for the second gunship will have been purchased and on their way to my house. So with that all out, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely smash that like button, as well as if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. We have some awesome videos coming on. And other than that, hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.